Statement, then we'll take questions.
Well, proud of the team tonight that they found a way to win their first game with a very young team. And you got to have one before you can think about two. And I thought we got out to a pretty good start in the first half, and our defense was disrupting and causing turnovers. Because of our lack of scoring this year, when we do have a defensive mistake or lapse, our missed assignment is so magnified because we haven't been able to score. Second half, a lot of credit to Evansville. They played with a lot of energy and a lot of focus and determination early in the half, and we withstood that. We stepped up to the challenge of their intensity, and we found ways to start to put the ball in the basket, either second chances or running. And again, our bench, our freshmen off the bench, and some of our young players in our program that haven't played a lot, did a great job coming off the bench and providing a spark. And we challenged Krista Steffen as our go-to player to step up and start to make plays for us. And she did that in the second half and was more aggressive, and it was good to see. So overall, a lot to go back and work on when we ever can get a break in the schedule. But you know, it's a journey this year. It's a work in progress, and we continue to see things that we can learn from and grow with, both good and bad.
Danielle said she thought you didn't think they would be able to respond, or that you didn't know how they would respond. How impressed were you with the way that they were able to bounce back after such a tough loss?
You know, I wondered if our intensity could be the same as it was against a nationally ranked team. I wondered if the fact that our upperclassmen suffered a disappointing season opening loss last year to this Evansville team. Evansville was in the same boat as we were for the game against the game today, because their last game they got beat by 30. And so you knew they were going to respond kind of like we responded at the Purdue game. And so I was curious to see what kind of intensity we would have compared to the Purdue game. And we had it in stretches. A little bit of walls, but we had an intensity that I'm looking for in stretches.
You'd said before, Coach, that Noelle can score in bunches, and she showed a little bit of that, I guess, tonight. Was she just needing really a chance in minutes to get that?
Well, there's no question that Noelle Yoder can score. She can really shoot the ball. She's probably more a natural hunting for scores than anyone on our team. She has to continue to earn her minutes at the defensive end and prove that she can guard big wings and physical wings and different type of wing players. And I thought, even though she gave up a couple threes tonight to a good shooter, she really worked hard at the defensive end, which gives her more opportunity at the offensive end. But there's no question, even last year with our really, really talented veteran team, Noelle Yoder can score. And when she gets minutes, she can do what she did tonight. She's got to play both ends of the floor for us, and she knows that. But not a shock to the coaching staff or her teammates. She can really score.
Is that why you waited so long to get her back in the second half matchup kind of difficulties?
Well, we were certainly struggling keeping Taylor Ware off the boards, and looking out there, you either had to put Noelle on the wing on Blair, who's their go-to player, or Taylor Ware, who was just really, really, her work and her physicality was hurting us on boards. So worried about that matchup from Noelle. But again, she's the type of kid that we've had in the program. Well, she might give up 2 at the other end, but if she's getting 3s, we're still up 1. And so sometimes you have to roll the dice. But I'm pleased with the progress. Noelle certainly wants more minutes and is fighting for more minutes.
Speaking of rolling the dice, as a coach with a young team, sometimes you put somebody out there, you're glad to see them, but sometimes it's a failure. But with Noelle and Jasmine tonight, you had to be pleased, especially they hit those back-to-back threes to kind of give you a little separation there.
Well, I don't know about the rest of the team, but I know the coaching staff, and especially me, that back-to-back 3 stretch was a really needed relief for my psyche. You know, we haven't made a lot of back-to-back 3s in practice nor in games, and it finally seemed like the lid was off right then. And we still shot in the 30 percentiles. We've got to figure out how this team's going to get into the 40s and shoot a better percentage. But I was really excited in that stretch. We got good minutes off the bench from our wing players. They chose to guard us a certain way that wings were going to get the majority of the shots tonight. And when you look at the stat sheet, Chrissy scored, Jess Schlegel scored, Jasmine scored, Noelle scored. Those are your four wings that played the most minutes tonight. And that's what Evansville did to us, and we responded, and those kids stepped up and made plays because that's who they were going to give shots to.
Curt, we talked a little bit about the play in your front line. I mean, especially Abel nearly hits a double-double for you.
You know, I thought they both rebounded well. I thought they both played hard in stretches. I thought there was one little bit of about a 90-second stretch where Lex Rogers got tired. But I thought they really battled and competed for us. And they did so much more than what a stat sheet can tell you. They defended and they rebounded. They were there for help side a lot. And the way Evansville, again, chose to defend this, they weren't going to give them very many easy looks to Lex and Danielle. So they had to get their offense when they could. But their bigger impact tonight was their defense and rebounding.
You have to throw Pavlikovich in. She had 8 rebounds too. She got 27 rebounds on 3 of those players.
Absolutely. Jill rolled her ankle yesterday pretty severely in practice and really toughed it out for us today in the few minutes that she got, but she wasn't her typical self. And Allison, therefore, had to step up and play a bigger role in stretches tonight than she was asked against Purdue. And she rose to the occasion, and that's what we're asking for Allison. She's got to respond with energy, and she's got to impact the game with her energy, and that's rebounding, running the floor, and just making an impact that way. Her offense is going to come in stretches, but she's got to impact the game with her energy, and she did tonight. She got on the glass.
Curt, you mentioned kind of the back-to-back threes were a relief to your psyche. I mean, is getting this win today and getting the first home victory a relief to the psyche as well?
It is. This team wasn't rewarded the other night for their hard work, and so we were hoping to get this win. We didn't want this home-and-home series to be 0-2 against Evansville, and I know it was a disappointing loss there last year, and so it does a lot for our psyche. This is still, I call the Cedar Point season. It's a little bit of a roller coaster. We were not good against Dayton. I thought we played with terrific energy and a toughness about us against Purdue, and tonight it was off and on. And so, I told our team, I feel like we're going to be a little bit of a Cedar Point experience this year. I wouldn't mind not having the roller coasters as much as possible, but I know with a young team we're going to go a little bit through that. Now we've got a one-day prep, and we've got to play better on the road certainly than we did against Dayton, and that is a challenge for a young team on a one-day prep. But also, this team hasn't proved that they've played well yet on the road. So that's our challenge in the next 24 hours to get ready to compete on the road.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.